Hello. I'm going to do a blog, and I think I should have taken a pill to get rid of the congestion. You could probably hear it, but that's all right. I can still talk. And what I want to talk about now, this is one of those treasured memories. It lives in the memory. It's from, I think, about the second grade when I was this little kid in school, public school, and there was this girl, the divine Priscilla with the golden locks. Oh, she was riveting. She always wore this pretty little dress, kind of fancy dress. I think she was from that generation where the mothers dressed their little girls nice and special, not play clothes, so they could go out and be noticed in the public. I think Shirley Temple had an influence on the whole country, being in these movies where the little girl comes out and is dressed up and is a star. And I think that mothers wanted their little girls to go out and be recognized and have someone find them to say, you should be in movies, so they would become a star and the family would get money. I don't know. But this Priscilla at our school, in the same grade, oh, she was like the queen that attracted the bees. She wasn't dressed to play on the playground, so she sat sort of to the side, and the boys swarmed around her. Even the boys older in the next grade and the next grade up, they all gathered around her in this circle, and little me, I was on the outskirts. I couldn't quite get close enough to break through, but admiring from a distance. But after school, when we all went our separate ways to walk home, because everybody walked that way, they went this way, that way, she and I and a bunch of kids were walking in the same direction, but then all the other kids split off going to their houses, and she and I were the last two walking those 2 blocks until we got to her turnoff to her street, and I kept going on straight ahead to mine. So I thought, well, now how could I get her, well, not just to notice me, but to stay walking where I would, together, walking together. So I had a plan. And my plan was, well, I brought my lunch to school every day, little sack lunch, every day the peanut butter and jelly sandwich for weeks and weeks. And then we'd change it to cheese sandwiches every day for weeks and weeks. American cheese, probably Velveeta. And I had my nickel to buy milk from the school cafeteria, a little carton of milk that everybody drank. But I didn't buy the milk. I saved my nickel. So when we were walking home, the divine Priscilla and me, I said, I made up a new game for us. And I took out my nickel, and I threw it ahead on the sidewalk, and we'd run to get it, and I always got it first until we got to the turnoff where she would go the other direction to her house, and I would keep going. At that moment, she got the nickel, and she held it up, that shiny nickel, and she turned over her shoulder to look at me and give me that winning smile, and a little gold digger, and she'd say, see you tomorrow. So this went on for 2 years, second and third grade. Now that's a lot of nickels, and that's a lot of milk I didn't drink. And that's why, because milk is good for building bones, and I missed out for 2 years of it, and that's why I didn't grow any taller than I am today. Next time.